first. Alright, it is another day tinkering with the truck, doing a couple things. I'm checking for vacuum leaks. I got a kind of a fast leak. I'm going to try and figure out where it is. If it's not in any of these connections, then it could be that either the hose is really bad or that brake booster needs to go. Been wanting to replace it, just haven't gotten around to it yet. But right now I'm doing some testing here. I got this little toggle switch. Obviously it's not going to work right now because I don't have the key on. But I keep forgetting to get this fan wired up to a switch in the cab so I can control it whenever I think I need it. Basically right now, this even in the summer, the engine runs so cool that this radiator and all the coolant that's in it and in the engine, it just runs so cool. Even stop and go traffic, 105 degrees, it starts getting like to where it kind of should be. And it runs at right here at the thermostat, we get about 180 degrees operating temperature, so that's about where it needs to be. It's just by the time it comes out of here and goes in here, it starts cooling off, and usually ends up coming back through here ice cold, back up into there. I think most of the time it just uses that heater core to disperse the heat. This engine's so under stress. It's kind of funny how that works out, but what we're doing is got these two wires here. These were hooked up to a temp sensor, and it still wouldn't even click. It would get hot enough to click on. So I just want to have this switch. I'm going to run that into the cab somewhere. I think there's a wire harness going down through there somewhere. I'll poke a couple of wires through. But yeah, I was going to run through the passenger floorboard there. So anyways, key on till the speedometer turns on, and you'll hear the click for the fuel solenoid back there, and then this solenoid here. I had to reestablish a ground, and I keep buying the shittiest electrical tape. This stuff's like just plastic. Oh wait, it's PVC, PCB, whatever, PVC, yeah. It's garbage. I mean, look at that. Yeah, it makes me sick. So I'll flip the switch on, and let me tell you, that is pulling some air. That should be enough to cool her off. And when you turn the key off, that's, even if that's on, the fan turns off. So that works. Now I just got to make a wire. I can't wait to get all kinds of wiring and stuff and just anyways, so we got that. That works. These are soldered connections. Not the best solder, but it works. It's too cold out here. And then I'm just trying to figure out this vacuum leak here. I got my pump. This thing doesn't make enough volume, so I gotta keep sitting here and pumping and pumping and pumping, and then finally, you know, I'll get something out of it. So I think all these little connections I got here aren't the best. So if I had some heat shrink tubing, I would just coat them in JB Weld and then put heat shrink tubing over it and squish it down. So I know this doesn't leak. Something in here is leaking, or the box has something that's leaking, or that is leaking. I don't know. It's a small leak though, so if that diaphragm in there is going out, that would be a pretty big leak. So I think it's something to do in here. It's kind of a mess, but I got some excess wire going, and I got this held up so I can solder it. I'm kind of pushing them together and twisting them so I can make somewhat cleaner solder joints. So I eliminated all this yellow wiring that was all in there. I don't know why I had that much before, but that's all cleaned up now. And then I've got my trigger for the relay right here. That's part of this little harness. And then I've got this wire here is actually going to the key on. That's going to go, or both those wires are going into the cab. I had to drill a little hole because the look at that insulation. It's so sad. These little grommet things are sealed together and they're too thick to poke anything through, so I just kind of said screw it. But yeah, that insulation is terrible. I want to get a replacement and just pull the whole dash out and then throw a new one on there. So got some wire going. I think I'm just going to put that switch on the shifter there. I haven't decided. I don't want to drill any more holes in the dash. So I'm just letting my iron heat up, and then I'm going to solder those two together, tape them up. And this tape's a freaking joke. It's just terrible. It's hard. I got this other stuff that's halfway decent, but it's not any better. It's a little bit softer, but it actually should stay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I do want to put these bushings on for my radius arms. Thinking about doing, I think half the kit fell in here. I've got both plastic things in here. I'll put those in later. Got some miscellaneous tubing, some Honda stuff, some more solder. I got some garbage in here I need to take out too. Alright, well, I'm going to solder those two wires together, tape everything up, and make it look pretty and best I can, and then I'll throw it all in there. I might actually pull those wires up more, tape them down, and then that way it kind of looks like there's a wiring harness there. Alright, it's not pretty, but I can tuck that wire in behind the insulation there, and the carpet will be gone and whatever. But this is I don't know, it looks kind of retarded, but whatever. But key on. I got a cooling fan, and then I guess I'll leave that on. Turn the key off. It's off. Done. So I've got my brake booster hooked up here just to this. No, none of that. That's actually not leaking. So I'll just give myself some arthritis here. Got a few in hugs. Now watch the gauge drop. Yep, that's where my leak's from. So, that original brake booster needs to go. Yeah, this is an 82. That brake booster is showing signs of being tired. Brakes still work really good, but you know, we're down to 0 in hugs now, so okay, well that takes care of that. I'm gonna start this thing up and see how many in hugs this makes with these pulleys attached. Hoping it's making 25. Should be good. Brakes are amazing though, so it should be making about 20, 25. So I'm gonna end up getting a new brake booster, and we'll replace that bad boy. It's about time. Beautiful, just beautiful. See? And then you're just like, I don't need the fan, and you're like, turn it off. Of course, just dump my keys. Okay, next thing I want to do is clean my fan connections. Hey, quiet! Damn dogs. So, fan works great. Vacuum pump's making 25, exactly 25 in hugs. That's awesome. So we'll pop a new booster in here in a couple weeks. Looks like I'm gonna need to clean my battery terminals here pretty soon. Probably just work on that here in a sec. And then let's see what else. What else is up? I'm gonna clean all my connectors for my fan stuff. Get those cleaned up. We get a piece of sandpaper and stick it in there and clean them up. And then should be good to go for a while. Okay, I cleaned those connectors down there with some 220 grit sandpaper. I cleaned up pretty good. I would almost be tempted to buy a harness for that, or a pigtail, and then just make a whole new one and then stab it all back together. But yeah, the fan blows real nice now, so that's good. Tempted to start it back up. I'm gonna get my voltmeter and I'm gonna see how much power is coming out of here. It should be about 12-13 volts. So but yeah, it was blowing pretty good. I had it on vent and it was blowing in my face nice, and then I put it on max AC, which I wish I had, but it closes the blend door and makes it so it pulls cab air in, and it was blowing really nice, and defrost is working better, so that's good. So I'm gonna check the voltage on this. I'm gonna check my battery voltage and all that good stuff, and then should be done with the truck for today. Alright, so I got some good news. This is making, this fan's getting about almost 15 volts, so whatever this alternator is putting out to the battery, it's getting. And then, so this makes 14, or this battery is at 14.5 volts while running. And I'm going to put the lights, the radio, and the fan on full blast. It goes down to 13.5, so that's doing good. And the fan gets about 14. The last time I tested that, it got about 11 volts. So it's still not good, but a lot better.